Welcome back, everyone. We hope you enjoyed your dinner. To reconnect with the spirit of the evening, please turn your attention to an inspiring video to the current values and impact of the work of Samaritan Daytop Village. Shh.
My name is Jamel Lewis. I've been here for nearly a year.
I'm Sarah March. I've been with the organization for 13 years.
Mi nombre es Carlos Emanuel Allende Ramos y yo he estado aquí en Samaritan Daytop Village por 15 años.
My name is Suleiman Rifai. I've been with Samaritan for 21 years now.
My journey started about 16 months ago. And I started at the 43rd Street Veterans Program. I was able to do the recovery coach training, and I was offered this position.
I started as a grad school intern at the Van Wyck when I was doing my clinical mental health counseling degree, and through opportunities for promotions and personal advancement, have now become the program director at the Young Mothers Program.
Yo empecé trabajando en la agencia como director de programa de Gloria House. Después de Gloria House, la agencia, y yo soy sido parte de este equipo de desarrollo, hemos abierto otras 12 facilidades. En estos momentos, la división de Housing Transition tiene 32 facilidades.
At first, it was a challenging when I started there. We had 4-bell, man transitional facility, being visually impaired, social work. Initially, I wanted to change the world, but the key aspect of social work in that environment is to have compassion and listening. And I've been there since.
The greatest reward or highlight that has happened, I've had the opportunity to share my journey with my mother. My mother has 31 years of sobriety, and I am also a Samaritan Alumni Association member. And she was the special guest speaker in one of our Zoom meetings.
I got to do my internship for my graduate degree in the Van Wyck program, and I think that really shaped me and opened my eyes to being the type of clinician that I wanted to be, the work that I wanted to do, and the population that I wanted to serve.
Una de las historias más significativas de mi experiencia aquí en Samaritan Daytop Village es lo que yo llamo el milagro de Boulevard Family Resident. En esos días teníamos alrededor de 600 niños de 0 a 18. Para los holidays, Navidad, no teníamos tantos juguetes. El día 23 de diciembre teníamos solamente 200 juguetes. Y poco a poco recibimos más y más juguetes de la comunidad y logramos alrededor de 800 juguetes para todos los miembros de la familia de Boulevard Family Resident.
I have learned most encouraged because I was given encouragement to pursue things I never imagined I would be able to do. So now, because I have some support system, now I want to provide the same quality to our clients.
What keeps me here mostly is that Samaritan has a focus on self-care, and they have given me the ability and the opportunities to rebuild relationships with my daughters. I actually have 5 daughters, right? That's my starting lineup.
I stay in the Young Mothers Program because I'm surrounded by the wonder that is healing entire family systems. I stay with the agency because I believe in the mission and the core values of the work that we do.
Una de las cosas que me mantiene trabajando en Samaritan Daytop Village es la diversidad, la oportunidad de desarrollo tanto personal y profesional. Personas que yo hire como case managers, como chief supervisor, en estos momentos son programas, directores de programas, y es el ejemplo de cómo nosotros crecemos en la agencia.
I stay here because still learning every day, never ends. Still have work to do with myself in terms of how to be a best social worker out there. The reward is immense. 21 years, I don't want to go anywhere.
Please welcome back this evening's host, Mr. Darryl Lewis.
A little New York One music. I hope everybody enjoyed their dinner. I had a great dish. I think the staff here deserves a round of applause. Great service, as always. Right now, to introduce tonight's second honoree, please welcome to the stage Samaritan Daytop Village's Executive Vice President and Chief Legal Officer, Alicia McFarland.
Thank you, Errol. And good evening, everyone. As we celebrate Samaritan Daytop Village's 65th year of service to New York's most vulnerable New Yorkers, it is fitting to honor someone that has been with us since the very beginning. In 1965, Father Damien Piccately sought to separate his counseling center from the church. He asked a young attorney named Wally Leinheardt to file the necessary paperwork. Wally took on this task and established the initial legal structure for Samaritan in the process. As a lawyer myself, I appreciate the challenge Wally faced in building a not-for-profit before the not-for-profit corporation law even existed. Even prior to the establishment of the Samaritan Halfway Society, Wally dedicated countless hours to supporting the mission, connecting Father Piccately with members of the bar, and even passing the hat, as he affectionately recalls his fundraising. From the start, he saw something special in our organization. He became a founding board member and has remained on the board ever since. This longevity is remarkable. Yeah, I mean, how many boards can say that they have a board member that's with them over 60 years? When I asked Wally why he stayed so long, just last week, he simply said, "I fell in love with the mission." Over decades, Wally has served in nearly every officer role and has provided countless hours of pro bono legal work to staff and clients. The actual value of his contributions is impossible to calculate, but considering it's spanned over 6 decades, I'm sure it doesn't compare to the fundraising goal for tonight. Wally's service extends far beyond Samaritan. He served as the president of the Queens County Bar Association. He held numerous leadership roles within the New York State Bar Association, including vice president of the 11th Judicial District, chair of the Trust and Estates Law Section, and he's a longstanding member of the House of Delegates. Some of his legal work has even directly shaped the services we provide. He played a crucial role in creating Article 81 of the New York State Mental Hygiene Law and advancing of the power of attorney reform. He even contributed to the development of surrogate court and guardianship forms for New York State Surrogate Court hot doc software. Okay, I'll admit I don't get excited about court documents, but when you think of how many families they impact, you understand their true value. Samaritan would not be what it is today without Wally's steady guidance and wise counsel. His resilience and loyalty are a testament to his extraordinary commitment. We have been fortunate to have Wally's constant presence and friendship throughout the years. Tonight, it is our honor to recognize him for his vision, his service, and his unwavering dedication. Please join me in welcoming tonight's honoree, our founding board member and lifelong champion of Samaritan Daytop Village, Wally Leinheardt, Esquire.
I had attended a Queens County Bar Association lecture and heard an Episcopalian priest named Damien Piccately, and I was very impressed.
Wallace Leinheardt was there at the birth of Samaritan.
At that point, Father Pitt was in the upstairs of a 2-story building where they were manufacturing paint on the first floor. I offered to volunteer to help Father Pitt any way I could. In those days, the way he raised money was to go out on speaking engagements. And he asked if I would be willing to go with him to pass around the hat while he was talking to help raise funds for Samaritan. It became apparent to me that we needed a structure to be able to have people make real contributions, not just cash when we pass the hat around. In those days, there was no not-for-profit corporation law. I did some research and discovered that we could form a corporation under the New York State Religious Corporation Law. And so in June of 1965, we filed a certificate of incorporation for the Samaritan Halfway Society. I think I crowned myself as president. At around that time, we received our first grant from the state of New York. It was approximately $200,000, for which we remained eternally grateful. When Father decided to cut back, he asked Richard Pruss to lead the organization. He took pride in the fact that whenever we went to a facility, there were clients there who would say, "Hi, Richard, how you doing?" Or, "Hi, Mr. Pruss." He had that kind of personal relationship. Richard, I didn't realize it, apparently relied on my judgment a good deal.
And from these humble beginnings grew the Samaritan Daytop Village that we have now, with more than 80 programs serving over 43,000 individuals each year.
What has impressed me most is the quality of the leadership, starting with Father Pitt Caithley, then Richard Pruss, and Richard selecting Tino Hernandez. And the perfect guy to succeed Tino was Mitch Netburn, who has taken Samaritan to the greatest of heights. Those of you out there, we want to invite you to join us to ensure that Samaritan remains strong and becomes even stronger with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Wally Leinheardt.
Start spreading the news. Right through the very heart of it.
I told Samaritan that I didn't need notes and that I'd be able to work. They even have a teleprompter. Unfortunately, we shipped my computer and its backup drives to Florida, where we spend the next 7 months. We did it yesterday, and today I found there wasn't any backup. You've heard what I had to say in the remarks that you were shown. I was there from the beginning. Father Pitt was as we called him, Father Damien Pitt Caithley, was an Episcopalian priest who decided that he would try to help people who were drug addicts. And in the early 1960s,
that wasn't a medical condition. They thought it was a conscious choice that bad people made and didn't really deserve to be helped. Father didn't agree with that. He spoke at various organizations, and I heard him speak at the Queens County Bar Association. It was shortly after I was admitted as a new attorney in Queens, and I was very impressed with what he was trying to do. There were a group of Queens defense lawyers who, with the cooperation of Queens criminal court judges, were trying to help people who were being charged with possession of drugs, and in those days, drugs was marijuana. They would parole the defendant to Father Pitcaithley in the hopes that they would get treatment, and subsequently the charges against them could be dismissed. I had the experience of one day going behind the courtroom. For those of you not familiar with courtrooms and jails, behind each courtroom there is a holding pen. It's a jail cell. And I was talking to a prospective client, and a young woman came up to me and identified herself as being a classmate of my then wife. And I asked her, well, what are you doing here? And she said, I've been busted for possession, and my family has given up. This is not the first time, and so they won't have anything to do with me or with any kind of care. I asked her if she might be interested in meeting the priest who I had learned of and met a couple of nights before, and she said yes. And Father Pitt in those days wore cowboy boots, would go up and down the courtroom or courthouse corridor, and I found him, told him of her plight. He came into the courtroom, went into the back to the holding pen. He spoke to her, and he said, you know, Wally, I think I can help her. And she agreed that she would try the program. The case came on before the judge. The judge paroled her to Father's custody. And she went to the facility that we had at the time, which was in Richmond Hill on 89th Road, for those of you that are familiar with the area. Well, I'd like to tell you that she was a success story, one of the first at Samaritan. But unfortunately, which was not uncommon in those days, she split the program and never completed treatment. We never heard back from her. It's unfortunate, but that was not unusual in those days. I appreciated so much what Father had done that I continued speaking with him, and he was a one-man fundraising machine. He would go out to civic associations, to fraternal groups, and he would talk to them about the problem of addiction. And he asked me if I would join him, and as you heard Alicia say, pass the hat around. That was the way we raised money. I would go around the audience, and people were very nice, would put money into the hat, and at the end of the evening, Father got the money and used it for the maintenance of the facility. Well, it became apparent that if we wanted funding to have a program, we would have to have a structure. And the group of Queens criminal defense lawyers who were trying to help had no experience on the civil side and meant well, but couldn't really get us off the ground as a corporation. And as you heard me say earlier, there was no not-for-profit law back in those days. And I had to be resourceful and discovered that under the religious corporation law, there is such a thing, we could form a free religion. And we did. And Father named it the Samaritan Halfway Society. And it was that group that began attempting to raise money. And I think in one of the pictures that you saw, he was successful in getting New York State to give us a grant of $200,000, which in the 60s was really a lot of money, and enabled us to advance the program, to look for facilities to rent, and eventually to buy. And I think that what most impressed me with Father following that time was that he picked a young man, Richard Pross, to be his successor. Richard was a young college graduate. He had gone to rabbinical school. Many people refer to him as Rabbi Richard Pross. And Richard began to work within the Samaritan family. And as you heard me say earlier, I was so impressed at a time that drug addiction was getting more and more publicity, and there were other programs that were boasting about how many people they were treating and so forth. Richard never took part in that. He was interested in the quality of the care that we provided for clients. For example, there's an organization that he requested come in and measure the quality of the work that Samaritan did. And we got high scores. Richard was very proud of the fact that, as I said, when he walked into a facility, invariably he could name the client that he'd bump into, and they would, recognize him as well. So that was immediately after Father. When Father decided to retire, Richard took over. Richard ran the program for, I guess, 15 or 20 years. When Richard decided that he was going to retire, he selected Tino Hernandez to be his successor. And Tino came aboard, had a background in housing, and was very, very much interested in Samaritan changing direction somewhat to provide housing for people. The field recognizes now, as I hope all of you do, it's not enough to get someone to stop taking drugs. That's step number one. Step number two is to have them be able to get a good paying job. And many of the people who are addicts never finished their education. And so Richard put in educational programs to get high school diplomas, even college diplomas. There is a graduate that I'm very proud to refer to who cannot be here tonight, unfortunately. Ron Savarese got a PhD and counsels other people. I mean, there is no limit. And Richard went along with Tino's suggesting that Samaritan provide shelters for people who had been addicted. And when Tino got to the point where he could no longer serve, he recommended Mitch Netburn, who you've all met and who's here. Mitch, are you there? Come out here, Mitch. Okay. Mitch has continued the growth. We have been fortunate to have employees, people like Peter Grisafi, who's here, John Iamadio, and Richard's widow, Kathy Riddle, who ran her own program, has been invaluable to us. So I'm going to conclude by telling you that for me, Samaritan is as much a family as the family that I have at the table number 3 here. My grandchildren, my children. Unfortunately, my youngest son, David, is not able to be here. We lost him a couple of years ago. But the fact of the matter is, Samaritan is family. That's what makes us strong. And whether it's people like Gloria Binkowitz or Roy Kears or Colleen, who, by the way, Colleen arranged for Gloria's house to get a playground for 700 kids that live there in the Bronx, with the equipment and the labor being supplied by Lowe's Home Improvement. I'm going to really conclude by saying, I'll take it now, please, Layla. Having worked passing the hat around previously, I'm going to be passing the hat around again. We all know that Samaritan, all of the not-for-profits, are facing terrible, terrible times. We have a government that can't even agree to keep going, to stay open, unfortunately. We're expecting there will be severe cuts. How severe, we don't know, but I assure you that Mitch and Alicia are going to do whatever has to be done so that Samaritan hopefully will continue for another 65 years.
Wally, don't leave. We have one more surprise for you. I'm going to ask a couple of people to join us. From New York City Council, as well as from Eric Adams.
Thank you. I hope you didn't mind the shout out. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, Wally. This is my favorite part of these events. We're going to now encounter the man who who always brings the funny. He leaves our hearts and our wallets a little bit lighter. He is a man for all media, from radio and TV to TED Talks and podcasts. He is the host of Brain Games on the Road, which you can find on Disney Plus and Nat Geo. He's a co-host of Star Talk Radio with his friend Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson. You've seen him. You know him from TV and radio. You see him regularly on The Today Show. He was a welcome guest on MSNBC. You've seen him on The View. Please welcome Chuck Nice. Chuck Nice.
Come on. Come on. Well, they saved the best for last. And that's because this is the money part. And that's why it's the best. Because quite frankly, this is where we get a chance to make a difference. You can run the teleprompter back. I'm not going to get to the teleprompter for a second. I got a few things I got to say first. Number one, Wallace, what a wonderful, wonderful testimony you just gave us about the history and the importance, and you are the embodiment and the encapsulation of what this is all about. Let me tell you about Wally. As I walked into the room, he stopped me and he just went, "Hi, I'm Wally." And I was like, oh my God, what a lovely, affable person. Like, I feel so special. Clearly, he knows that I am Chuck Nice. And I was like, hi. And then 20 seconds later, my heart was broken as I heard him stop someone else and go, "Hi, I'm Wally." And that is just the lovely person that he is. And God bless you, sir. We heard an incredible testimony from Darryl, DMC, that let us know exactly why we are here this evening. And let me just tell you that in this time of, I will say, great challenges to organizations that are doing good, we are the good that must happen for the organization, okay? So that is what we are doing here tonight. So now is your chance to show support for Samaritan. What we are asking you tonight is to continue to partner with us by getting your paddles out. Everybody get your paddles out, come on. Please get your paddles out. This is an opportunity for you to help us celebrate Samaritan because of people like you who have remained resilient through everything that we've been through, from the pandemic to when we were most vulnerable, and to... Well, that was good. I didn't even know I had that power. That was fantastic.
You do.
But for 65 years, Samaritan has been doing this tremendous work, and right now, we are stronger with you. Our goal tonight is to surpass last year's pledge, and I know you've already heard too many reasons why we should give. So please understand that the funds raised tonight are extremely important because it will greatly help us support the underfunded programs and activities that need to be expanded upon. I don't need to tell you what's going on in the country right now when it comes to organizations like this, and the fact that there is money that is being taken away. That's all I can say. It's being taken away. I don't know by who. I can't say why this is happening. It's very sad, very sad, very sad. But no matter what, No matter what, families still need a place to call home, and people still need to overcome addiction, and clients still need assistance in managing their health care. So put on the screen right now a QR code, and on the back of your programs, there is also a QR code. And I want to let you know that what we're going to do is when you checked in, you received a paddle, and what we're going to do this evening is your paddle has been registered. And what you can do is raise your paddle when I give you the amount that we are raising at the time, and I will call out your paddle number. We'll record the number and give you instructions on how to complete your donation to Samaritan. So get your paddles ready, and remember that over 43,000 individuals benefit from Samaritan's life-changing services, including specialized programs for veterans, young mothers, seniors, and the 5 boroughs of New York, Long Island, and Lower Hudson Valley. And with your help tonight, even more individual lives will be changed. So are you ready? In the back, are you ready? Okay, that didn't sound too good in the back. I'm just saying. Okay, so we have desperately underfunded programs here that need your support. And just remember, stronger with you means you. Now let me give you one little thing that I need, that Wallace said that is so important. This is proven by science. 2 things he said. Number 1, addiction is a brain disorder. It is not a choice. It is a mental health issue that is proven by science. And Samaritan was way ahead of everybody in figuring out the number 1 way to help people with addiction. And it's been proven by many studies, 2 of which I have read the abstract. Thank you for getting that science joke. You are a smart audience. And that is this. The number 1 thing that helps people overcome addiction is community. Having someone there, having someone to care for you. That's what we're doing here tonight, people. You are that someone. You're the someone who's caring right now. You're the someone who's able to reach out beyond who you are, sitting at these tables, and touch a life that you don't even know that you're touching. And we do that with money. And I say that without compunction. As a matter of fact, that's how Mitchell found me. I was on the subway, and I was saying, "Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen of the subway. I mean you no disrespect. I am a Civil War veteran." And he was like, "Man, that guy's making a lot of money. Maybe we should bring him in and let him do our..." So here's my point. What we're doing here tonight is really important. Let's do it with joy. Let's do it with vigor. Let's do it with excitement and exuberance. And let's start. If I can get maybe 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 people with $25,000 that will raise a paddle right now. I don't care who you are. Go ahead. And I'm serious when I say that. People are just like, "Is he joking? He's a comedian." I got one 25,000. Number 190. Anybody else? I can't see. Is there anyone else? Another paddle for 25,000? Give me 5 more of those and we can just go home. I'll just say, forget it. We just leave right now. I'm just like, I got 25,000, and we can go. Any more? I got 1. Can I get 1 more? Just 1 more, maybe. Is there anyone? I can't see. The lights are in my eyes. I'm not going to belabor it. Thank you, number 190. God bless you. Give it up for 190. And what that does is it's a STV programs for veteran and after-school activities and recovery centers. And so that's what you just supported. Let's move on to the next, which is $10,000, supporting job training and certification for our adult clients. Can we see at least, and Wally said this, getting people a job, getting people back into society, so important. $10,000, let me see it. We have $10,000 paddles that can be raised right now. Please, can I see one $10,000 paddle, at least one? I got one. I got one. Can I have another? Because we got 125, we should get 2 10s, at least 2 10s. Can we get 2 10s? I got 1 10, can I get 2 10s? I don't want to keep this going for too long. I got 1, can I get 2? Can I get 2? Did anybody see a 2? Let me know, 2 going to, I do have a second 2? No, I don't do that. Okay, you freaked me out. All right, another 10,000, another. All right, we're gonna move on. Thank you so much for the 10,000 right there. All right. Okay, for this particular $7,500 is for the young man in the video who said he has 5 daughters. We are going to raise the money for him. Because that brother needs some money. And he needs some support with 5 daughters. All right, here we go, $7,500. Technology, i.e. laptops, software, tablets. These clients in our residential treatment and transitional housing, they need these items, and that's what we're raising right now. I'm keeping my eyes on you guys for $7,500. Please raise your paddles right now. Can I get $7,500? Anybody? Can I have 1? Or I got 1 right here. Can I get 2? Can I get another $7,500? Can I get another? Anyone in the back? Anyone in the back here? Come on, people in the back. Just because you're in the back, don't think this ain't school. You can't hide in the back. I can see you. Okay, can I get another? Can I get another $7,500 pledge? I got 1. I need 1 more. Come on. Somebody right here who understands exactly what we're doing here tonight, who has the courage to go ahead and make a sacrifice, to say to themselves that, hey, listen, if it doesn't hurt, I'm not really giving. Giving should hurt. That's when it's real. So that's what I'm talking about right now. Is there one more $7,500? I feel it in the room. I don't tell you right now. I'm a person of science. I don't believe in metaphysics, but I feel like there's something telling me there's another $7,500 in here, but I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to move on. Is there one more? $7,500. Okay, maybe Jesus is lying to me. That was funny. I don't care what you say. That was the funniest thing I said all night. All right, let's move on to $5,000. What's that? Oh, they have their own auction over there at that table. Okay, here we go. $5,000, seasonal clothing for children and adults, okay? And we are looking for at least 2 of these. Come on, guys, $5,000. I got 1 up right away. I got 5,000 right there. Come on, give me another one. Give me another $5,000. Come on, give me 1 more $5,000. I got another one. $5,000 right there. Fantastic. Anybody else? Come on, get in on this. Get on it while it's good, because it feels good. I'm feeling it right now. I'm sure you're feeling it too. Anybody else? 1 more $5,000, I swear. And remember, we still got the brother who got 5 daughters. We got to get him some money too. So please, anybody else? 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. Okay, let's move on. Oh, wow, we're dropping down to 1,000? How about 2,500? Is there somebody, I know we're supposed to drop to 1, but I'm doing real quick, 2,500. Give me somebody who has 2,500 right now, real quick. Anybody? All right, $1,000. There's got to be several people with 1,000. I got 1. I got 2. 157, 144, 339, 219. I got 275. I got 205. Anybody else? I got 339. I got 144. Anybody else? I got 219. That's a new one. Anybody else? I hope you're recording these numbers. I got a man with his hand up who's saying, I don't have a paddle, but I got $1,000. So that gentleman in the back there, get his name. That's another one. Anybody else for $1,000? Anyone else? One more. Okay, we're going to move on from $1,000. Listen, do you not feel the joy, guys? We're doing good here, people. This is fantastic what we are doing, okay? $500 provides self-care packages for our Young Mothers program. How about this? We had 5,000 and 5,000. How about we get 10 500s because then we can match the 5,000. I got 182, 218, 211, 214, 280. I got 321 in the back. I need 4 more 500s. Okay, 4 more. 4 more. Up to 321. I need 3 more. 3 more. 3 more. 3 more. Gets me to 10. Come on, guys. $500. But where? Up there it is. That is 170 and 1. Stop waving it. I can't. 173 and 171 and 391 gives us 10. 5. Yes. Yes. Woo. Ah, man, come on, this feels good, people. And I got 397 over here, another one. Come on, guys, this feels great. This feels great. All right, here's what we're going to do now. We're going to do something pretty wild. $100, and that purchases backpacks and nutritional snacks for children living in transitional housing. Very direct, very personal. I want to see as many paddles go up as possible. But here's the cool thing. Even if you've already donated, if you want to give an extra $100, what we're going to do is collect the paddles of the people who give $100, and we're going to put them in a drawing, and you are going to win a prize for donating $100. Okay? All right? You're going to be able to win a $500 gift certificate and private shopping party at your local Veronica Beard store. Not only will there be a 10% discount, but the lucky winner at the Veronica Beard will also donate 10% of the proceeds from the sale of the goods, okay? So we're double dipping right now. We're making it even better. We're making like a donation sandwich right now, and it's gonna be delicious. So here's the deal. $100, let's get them up right now. I got 233, 314, 240, 334. I got 133, 139, 376, 304, 186, 156, 280, 322, 223, 187, 240, 344, 265, 249, 274, 293, 381, 308, 283, 303, 389, 382, 231, 225, 290 just went up. Anybody else? Come get 223, guys. You missed 223 over here. Come get 223. Come get 132. You missed 132 over here. Over here. Okay. All right. That was fantastic. I don't know, am I the only one that's excited right now? I think I'm the only one that's excited. I think you guys are tired. I don't know what happened. Maybe I should have drank more. I should have had more alcohol or something. I'm like all amped up. This is super exciting to me. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is fantastic. We're helping people. We're raising money. We're collecting paddles, okay? We're raising money for the young brother with 5 daughters. You know what I mean? By the way, I have 8 children myself. We're gonna do a side auction for Chuck Nice. However, while they are being collected, and I'm going to pull a paddle from that, here's what I want you to do, guys. I want you to take a moment, calm down, settle down, listen up. And I mean this. Thank you. I understand, because I get excited, and it can be a distraction in and of itself. The reason why I do this, though, is because this organization does a tremendous work. And the fact is, a couple months ago, I was listening to the radio, and I was listening to NPR, and there is a congressman, I think he's from the Bronx, I think his name is Richie Torres, and they were talking about how to tackle the problems that face the people of the Bronx with respect to homelessness and mental health issues. And he said, well, there are answers out there if we can get support for them. I work with this organization called Samaritan Daytop Village. And now check this out. I can't tell you how many people I know in show business and how many people I actually know and see them on TV and whatever, who cares. But I heard him say that on the radio, and I was like, I know them! I know them! And I was to my wife, I was like, Jessica! He just said Samaritan Daytop on the radio! Because that's how important this work is. I got super excited just hearing a congressperson mention their name. And so I want you guys to know this. This isn't just a gala. This isn't just a gathering. This isn't just a fundraiser. This is a means of changing the trajectory of lives that we are able to touch from this very room. That's what's happening here. And that's the reason I show up whenever Mitchell and these guys ask me. I will be here because I believe in this, and it is good. And with that, it is time to announce the winner. I was like, did I win? Oh my God. I was like, did they just surprise me? They're just like, and it's you, Chuck. The Veronica Beard gift certificate for $500 goes to 186. Who is 186? 186. 186. Give it up for Susan, ladies and gentlemen. Better known in some circles as 186. Okay, guys, this was fantastic. Thank you all. God bless you all. God bless Samaritan Daytop. And let us always be cognizant of the mission that they are carrying out as the year goes forward and the next 3 years go forward, because now more than ever they need us, okay? They need us, all right? Because we all know what's going on, and that is, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be there for you. Okay, so that was funny. I don't give a damn, all right? All right, I'm Chuck Nice. Thanks so much, guys.
He's a funny guy, right? He's a funny guy. Thank you. Thank you, Chuck Nice. Thank you, and thanks to all of you for being so generous in your donations. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for supporting Samaritan Daytop Village. It has been my honor to join you again for this 65th anniversary gala. And this work is, of course, more important than ever. Thank you to everybody who supports this necessary and heroic work. A special round of applause for the Gala Steering Committee and everybody who worked so hard to make this inspiring event possible. I also want to thank the entire staff of Samaritan Daytop Village and the foundation for their hard work every day, bringing hope to so many people who have challenges. Please enjoy your dessert. Have a lovely evening and a safe trip home, and we'll see you next year.
Everyone, please stay and enjoy your dessert. Dessert's being served now.